If not be say the word just dey spoil dey go, is it mouth that they will use to tell a person that commitment is very necessary in a relationship, that trust is the only currency in a relationship, and that when all these things are broken, it can never actually be fixed? Communication is key in a relationship. Like, cannot be nonchalant to a person that you claim to love. That word, I am busy, is a very foolish statement to use on a person that you claim to love. Like, look, when you go a whole day without talking to a person that you claim to love, look at the wave of overtaking that you are creating in that person's mind. And it could be that this person is genuinely worried about your well-being, and you just create a mental stress for a person that just genuinely loves you. It doesn't even occur to you to even suggest a breakup when you have discovered that you have started to lose feelings.
I don't think it is difficult for you to know when a person truly values you and when a person is committed to you. But the problem is, after you've seen some of these things that this person have done, that they are not putting you first, you decide to overlook these things, feeling like the person would come around, which to me is total BS.
Yeah, I think so too.
If a person does not really put you first when they start dating you, maybe in that honeymoon phase of the relationship, is it when that relationship must have progressed and that honeymoon phase must have died down a little bit that the person would start putting you as a priority?
That's not possible. It's simply not possible.
I don't know why in this our modern day relationship, these standards are not being held in the forefront as things that should be ticked before you proceed into a full committed relationship.
I have been married for 40 years, and I said that for you to remain married, you must be stupid for this duration.
Okay.
Logical people, intelligent people don't remain married for long. Bill Gates, Wole Soyinka, a host of them. Because you will reach a stage in life, your wife will annoy you, she will misbehave, she will do something wrong, she will start crying. You will need to apologize to her for crying for doing something wrong. And if you are logical, you won't do that.
It depends on how you want to look at this, but I feel like it is BS for the most part. You can't tell me because of a man is logical, it means that he won't last long in his marriage. For anything, if a man is truly logical, that's the more reason why he should last in that marriage or in that relationship.
Well, I understand.
Because it takes emotional strength, emotional intelligence to handle anybody, especially for a lengthy period of time. With that being said, it brings us to the next logical question. Who is the prize in a relationship? For most men, they will say that they are the prize. And if you ask ladies, they will say that they are the prize. But what does the prize even mean? Here's what this lady has to say about this particular thing.
People who taught me how to decentralize men is men. Because they don't centralize women. They live their lives like life doesn't begin and end with a woman. On God, baby, men are one of my biggest sources of inspiration. They inspire me without even trying to. They just do it effortlessly. And when I say this, a lot of ladies freak out. Oh, how can you say that? You're hyping men up. I will, because they are teaching me lessons you ladies cannot afford to teach me. I came across a guy here on TikTok a couple of days ago. I think that was yesterday. And he was saying men are the prize. I'm like, what the hell? He said men are the prize. That matter of fact, a couple of days ago in the Hallelujah Challenge, the dressing code was for people to dress like their miracle. A lot of ladies wore wedding gowns. That how many men did you see put on a suit that they were dressing like their miracles?
One thing that we should put at the back of our mind is that there are different expectations for ladies and for men. For a man, it is almost a requirement for you to be successful, for you to have money, for you to be able to take care of yourself and your family. And for a lady, there's a sense of pride with you getting married.
What are you talking about?
Now, the challenge is, these men are not getting married. These ladies won't get married to themselves. Because Nigeria is a very religious country, they are praying for God to provide them a husband. But that's a conversation for another day.
And it's true. I began to ponder on it, and I'm like, for real though, when do you ever see men going from church to pray for a wife? When do you ever see men live like their lives begins and ends with a woman.
It is not like if you won't see men praying for God to give them a good woman.
What?
But for the vast majority of men, they believe that once they make money, they can get a good woman. That's what they truly believe. They focus on God helping their business to grow, helping them get promoted at work, or landing their dream jobs. This is what these men are focused on, knowing fully well that once they make this money, the other things will fall in line. And for the most part, it is true.
Men steady work on themselves. They work on their finances. They work on their social ladder. They keep building themselves so much they can get to have their dream girl as one of the many things that is important to them. A dream girl they can cheat on with whomever they deem fit, because they give themselves the power of resources, the power of options, the power of growth via the way they work on themselves. But some of you ladies, your life.
What she said about a girl that they can cheat on, it depends on the kind of man that you are going for. It depends on the kind of man you are going for. There's this thing about ladies wanting a made man, a man that has already arrived. They don't want to struggle with a man.
Here we go again.
And for most men in that position, they feel like they are doing you a favor if they get married to you. You would have to endure them cheating. You can't tell them what to do. Unlike when you build with a man, he won't joke with you because he knows for a fact that you truly love him. You were there for him before he made this money, and he would value you more. You can tell him things and he would listen to you.
Oh, by the way,
if you want to understand the truth about modern dating, especially in Nigeria, hit the subscribe button, because we break down new stories every Wednesdays and Sundays. Now let's get back to the video.
Life begins and ends with a man. And I try to cut ladies some slacks because historically we are built and trained to live based on what appeals to men. However, you're grown now. You can decentralize a lot of those beliefs. You can unlearn and relearn. You're an adult. Don't tell me, oh, I don't know. Nobody taught me. Who taught you, doggy? Who taught you how to live? Who taught you all these other things you know? And just like a lot of you, I used to think I would already be married at this age, and I intentionally dated with that mindset. But then life happened and I'm not married. But then I'm neither dead. What does that tell me? That not being married when I thought I would be is not cancer stage 4 and my kidneys and lungs all failing at the same time. It is just me having more time on my hands to continually work on myself so much. Whenever the right person does come around, it would be someone that was worth the wait, because you only stand a chance of being with an amazing person when you're that much of a value. People no longer want to date down. People no longer want to date broke. People want to date someone that adds something to them. Get mad about it, throw a tantrum about it all day. It is what it is. Statistically, that is what it is.
I can understand the value of money in dating. Like I would always say, money is not everything when it comes to a relationship. We've put it at the forefront of everything, which is not supposed to be so. There are other things of value. How? So when they are talking about value, they mean money, they mean assets, they mean a person that has gotten to a particular stage in life. They are not talking about how you carry yourself, how you are perceived in the society that is not related to money. Most times it's all about the money.
So a lot of you ladies, all of this time you're using to go from church to be praying for a husband is when you should be working on your self-development, your finances, your emotional intelligence, your intellectual capacity, your high. You guys, men are the prize. I hope it pisses you enough to decentralize them and work on yourself so much that when a man does come around, it will be one that is worth who you've become. Otherwise, men will keep being the price in your life.
You having money as a lady does not mean anything to a man that has his own money. So you advising other ladies to level up in terms of acquiring skill and developing financially. I'm not saying it's bad, but it does not keep a man that has his own money.
How is this possible?
There are other things that keep men, which is not in the scope of this video, but you basing that as things that you need to attain for you to be the right kind of person for a wealthy man to approach. That's a very big lie. That's a very big lie. This particular talk about men being the prize, it depends on how you want to value what prize even mean to begin with. Does prize mean money? Does prize mean beauty? Does prize mean the way you carry yourself? Now it's left for interpretation. I won't say that men are the prize, and I won't say that women are the prize. For anybody to rate these things, I feel like it should be defined, and this price of a thing is not defined, so I won't be able to give my own opinion about it. If you think otherwise, leave a comment in the comment section. Let's have a little conversation about it. If you like my take or find this video interesting, you like my breakdown on this next video, bye and stay tuned for more.